All right, let's jump right in. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to completely dismantle and rebuild how you think about the journey to financial independence. Most people picture the path to wealth as this one long, grueling marathon. But today, we're going to show you that it isn't a marathon at all. It's actually a strategic game, and it comes with three very distinct levels. If you understand the rules of the game, you can absolutely win it. But here's the catch. Have you ever felt like you're just grinding away, putting in the hours, doing everything right, but literally not moving an inch financially? It's so frustrating, right? Well, it might actually be because you're playing the wrong money game. You might be trying to beat level 2 using level 1 strategies. As the fascinating book Set for Life points out, here's the wild part. The exact tactics that pull you out of the paycheck to paycheck trap, they will actually keep you totally stuck if you try using them to build real wealth. Think about that for a second. The habits that save you today will literally sabotage you tomorrow if you don't evolve. The rules change at every single level, and you've got to change with them.
So here's our map for today's explainer. We'll cover 1. The financial freedom game, 2. Level 1, playing defense, 3. Level 2, the attack, 4. Level 3, true freedom, 5. 2 paths to wealth, and finally, 6. Freedom first, rich second. Let's get to it.
Starting with Section 1, the financial freedom game. Moving right into Section 2, Level 1, playing defense. Okay, let's set up the basic framework here. At $0, let's be real, you're basically a slave to your next paycheck. One late payment and the whole thing crumbles. But at $25,000 saved, you finally get some breathing room. To get that, you need a 1-year runway of living expenses. Think of it like a plane sitting on the tarmac. You need a long enough runway to generate the speed to actually take off. To build this runway, you've got to follow 4 counterintuitive rules. Rule 1, you deserve freedom, so choose good enough over luxury. I mean, does an $80 bottle of wine really make you 10 times happier than an $8 one? Probably not. Skipping to Rule 3 for a sec, you have to change the big expenses. Don't stress over the daily coffee, tackle your rent or your car payment to save thousands effortlessly. Now, let's look at why Rules 2 and 4 are absolute mathematical powerhouses. All right, check out the math on Rule 2. $1 saved is actually worth more than $1 earned. Most of us think earning more is the ultimate fast track, right? But look at the numbers. Say you get a $5,000 raise. After a 25% tax hit, you're only keeping $3,750. But if you move to a cheaper apartment and save $5,000 on rent, 0 tax. You keep the whole $5,000. In Level 1, the money you don't spend is mathematically way more powerful than the money you chase. Which leads us straight into Rule 4, and this is absolutely critical. Kill your bad debt first. If you're tossing money into the stock market hoping for, say, an 8% return, but you're sitting on a credit card or personal loan charging you 16% interest, you are basically running up an escalator that's going down twice as fast. It makes no sense. You have to kill the bad debt, because paying off a 16% loan is literally a guaranteed 16% return on your money. And here's the best part. These defensive rules don't just save you cash. They unlock life-changing opportunities. Take David and Marcus. They both make $5,000 a month. David spends it all. So when an amazing job offer drops that pays 15% less right now, but has massive upside and commission to double his income in 2 years, David has to pass. He's trapped by his high bills. But Marcus, he followed the rules. He saved half his income and sits on a $25,000 runway. He takes that risky job in a heartbeat. Having savings means you can actually afford to take those calculated risks that lead to massive exponential growth. All right, Section 3, Level 2, the attack. So the exact second you build that 1-year runway, the whole game changes. You shift straight into Level 2. You go from playing defense to going on the attack. This is where you scale from $25,000 up to a very dangerous $100,000, where you suddenly have real options. The absolute first tactic here is neutralizing your biggest expense, housing. You do this through a strategy called house hacking. It's exactly what it sounds like: buying a property, living in one part, and renting out the rest to cover your mortgage. Rent a spare room, a basement, or even turn the ground floor into an office space while you live upstairs. The minute you stop saying, "Oh, that's impossible in my city," and start asking, "How could I make this work?" your brain finds solutions. Make your house pay for you. The second tactic in this attack phase is actively boosting that income. And hey, if you don't have the stomach to run a business, that is totally fine. But you've got to stop climbing a slow corporate ladder for a measly 3% raise. Go after roles where your performance actually dictates your pay, like commission-based sales, or jump into a fast-growing startup, or start freelancing on your own terms. Now, if you do want to build a business, don't just quit your day job tomorrow. Use your day job as an angel investor to fund your life and your side hustle until your business scales enough to support you. But you have to be so careful here. The exact second you start making more money in this phase, this nasty psychological trap triggers. It's called lifestyle inflation. Your brain is going to tell you, hey, you're earning more. You finally deserve to spend more. You'll start craving that better apartment or that brand new car. Do not fall for it. The entire goal of level 2 is to make more money, not to just look rich. Which brings us to section 4, level 3, true freedom. If you navigate the attack phase and actually dodge lifestyle inflation, you arrive at level 3, true freedom. And I want to be really clear here. Level 3 isn't about collecting sports cars or flexing on social media. It is about reaching that profound point where work becomes completely optional because your assets are paying for your life. True financial freedom happens when the cash flowing from your assets is bigger than your bills. And you figure out your specific target with a really simple multiplier. Just take your yearly living expenses and multiply them by 25. That's it. That number is your freedom number, the exact amount you need invested to sustain your lifestyle forever without working. And this chart brilliantly shows exactly why those level 1 defensive habits are so insanely powerful. Let's say your living expenses are $40,000 a year. Multiply by 25, your freedom number is $1 million. But if you use those cost-cutting habits to trim your yearly expenses by just $6,000, bringing you down to $34,000 a year, look what happens. You instantly wipe $150,000 right off your freedom number. It drops to $850,000. By spending just a little bit less, you literally pull the finish line years closer to you. Moving to section 5, 2 paths to wealth. Okay, so you know your target number. How do you actually get there? Our sources lay out 2 proven, highly effective paths to cross that finish line through investing. Path number 1 is passive investing. This means you ignore the crazy dopamine hits of day trading or trying to pick individual stocks. Instead, you just quietly, consistently compound your wealth using low-cost index funds. Historically, these return around 8 to 10% a year. Yeah, it's boring, but it gives you incredible peace of mind. And remember the brutal math of volatility? If a risky stock crashes 50%, a 50% gain doesn't get you back to zero. You need a 100% gain just to break even. Consistent and boring almost always wins the race. Path number 2 is active real estate investing. And hey, if you started house hacking back in level 2, you're already ahead of the game. Real estate is a powerhouse because it builds wealth in 5 directions at the exact same time. You get monthly cash flow from rent, the property value appreciates, your tenants are literally building your equity by paying down the mortgage, you get tax benefits, and, this is huge, it uniquely protects against inflation. Real estate actually weaponizes inflation. Think about it. Over 10 years, inflation drives your rental income up and your property value up, but your mortgage payment to the bank? That is frozen in time. You're paying off old debt with cheaper, inflated dollars. And finally, section 6, freedom first, rich second. So which path do you actually choose? Well, the best players of this game don't just pick one. Most people who hit their ultimate financial goals use both. Index funds for that steady peace of mind, and active real estate for the speed and leverage. But as you mix these paths, keep this one core philosophy front and center. Freedom first, rich second. You've got to get the order right. Use your money to buy back your time and establish your safety net first. Stop chasing the luxury cars and designer clothes when you're still in level 1 or 2. Get free first. Then, once you control your time entirely, you can pour all that energy into passions that generate massive generational wealth. Let's wrap up with this thought. The math of money we just went through, it's incredibly simple. Spend less, kill bad debt, house hack, invest the difference. But human behavior? That is hard. Mastering your own psychology, ignoring that huge urge to inflate your lifestyle, having the discipline to just stay the course, that is the true final boss of the financial freedom game. So the question is, are you psychologically ready to conquer your own money mindset, or will you let your own psychology keep you trapped at level 1? Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer, and we'll see you next time as we keep decoding the world